Did I not actually start it? I don't know. But also, I have so many points to prove. I just keep like, yes. So, shadows are a thing. And so are shadows. um, right. So, at a point in time, I might have been able to talk about that. But it's all just like turning into emotion. Like, it's more emotion to the point where it's not knowledge anymore. It's just like feelings. Ah, and I have little direction, but at least I have a little direction. And I can't keep that. But, I mean, I don't know. What are people gonna think if you have a playlist in your head? Starting over. Yeah, so that was unattractive. But the thing with. So I have my secrets, right? I am an all powerful witch. Eventually. No. Ha- have been made eventually a fucking witch. Oh my god. So yeah. So I mean I have my secrets, I have my fucking abilities, and then I have the ability to show it. I may as well just roll with this. I just don't wanna cut scene like no. Nobody wants to do that. I'm not hiding anything. I might hide the intensity of my gaze, but that's because nobody needs to know what I think for real. They can't handle it. No. Uh, right. So it's literally a daily meditation that isn't necessarily about what I want. I would say that sucks, but then I'd have to go explaining about how desire can be the root of all evil. The root of all evil. So there's that. So I denied it. And in doing so, the truth remains. Right. A daily meditation. And yet it's entertainment because it has to be. It has to be entertainment. That's a nice way of saying that. Everyone loves entertainment because we have existential boredom somehow to our into our subconscious. There's some kind of existential like restlessness, kind of, because we're obviously not at rest. Mm, exposing everything, right? That was the point, and it backfired. Of course, it backfired, but temptation or desire for temptation, I mean, desire to fulfill temptation is the root of all evil. I swear people will do anything guess that's what I was talking about. Everything would be. I I don't know. Do you think I actually like being this entirely? No. I don't want to be, oh, I've got to hide shit or disguise shit. Okay, now I know how you feel a little bit, but just to just to blend in, right? I mean, you can't doubt yourself, but you can't conform. No, that's like rule number one. Don't conform to everybody's idea because literally all we have is ourselves. Oh yeah, that was awesome. But yeah, I got over the whole in the car video. In the car video and I was like, oh god, it looks like shit. Like, come on. How much did I have to get over before I actually proved that it was an illusion? Didn't I prove it was an illusion? I've proved it. This doesn't even hurt. Okay, it hurts. It all hurts. It all hurt. And I mean, basically, we just have to say, fuck you. This shirt is amazing. Like, I never even cared about it until, I don't know, you just start making connections. More connections. Everybody's thing. That is so annoying. Okay, so I have to get over the idea that you've overheard me. You haven't necessarily overseen me. And mysterious shit. And like stuff that's just like a once over. Like it just happens one time, one way. Like you only live once kind of thing. But then it can't happen again. Then it can't happen again. Yes, so in reality, I am glued to the wall because that's where the plug is. So in reality, most people are only one thing or one specialty, sort of. Well, maybe most people, maybe less, or just like one specialty and occupation. Because, like, again, people can't understand how much capability a person can have or a human can have. So, I mean, I can't get into that. But there's nothing left. There's nothing left. We can't just sacrifice ourselves to the story. Fuck, too late for that. Thanks to somebody who put it in to moving pictures, right? Uh, Where, oh, where should I be? And you go. That's what everyone does. They just in their minds. Yeah, and that existential boredom stuff. That's my problem. Not really that interested in watching TV, but I could look. Not really interested in relaying how I can't handle myself, even though that's what I said I was doing. And then I managed to make this as painless as possible, I guess. So we're gonna find out what is more to share about the reality after I've shared everything. That is kind of messed up because it's about how it applies in the moment. And yes, so I'd follow up with it's wise to talk about it. And the only difference here is that I'm aware of how it sounds. I'm aware of what impression it is making. Even just this so far. Um, so yes, I do get emotional. I get emotional trying to say things, and just being around, people with emotion. It's part of being an empath, I guess, if you want to put a name to it. Part of being intuitive. So yeah, I'm just reflecting on myself and applying it to everything. Everything. Mm. Yeah, I'm not provoked. That's the difference. Like, I have been provoked by being around people just enough that I feel like sharing, but I'm not provoked to have like some kind of cause. That was never my thing. I don't believe in causes. I absolutely do not believe in causes. I gotta say it, but the world, the end of times has been coming since the beginning of times. And so, like, we can connect ourselves to like the future and being a part of like fixing it and uniting it as a whole or as a efficient working type of whole thing. Um, so we can do that. Oh, causes. But really, like, I mean, to me, it's all just unfolding. Like, I didn't create myself. I definitely didn't create myself, like, unless I wanted to suffer. And therefore, from what I've seen of it, there's got to be a design. And so it's got to unfold accordingly. It's like I say that a lot. Bound to come. It's bound to come and it's bound to pass. And I don't mind losing my personality over it. Like, yeah, so everything formal that I have to say is not going to sound like all the ways I joke around and stuff. Okay, so then it just comes down to I'm in the position to know better and therefore do better and to lead by example. And then I'm also in the position to be confident about my abilities and to, I just want to say, like, have respect for, like, what, fuck. I'm trying to be humble about it, but holding up this end of the world, honestly, that provokes me. That provokes me enough, but what would I say after that? Just be a eesh. So what I'd be doing right now if I wasn't thinking of the people I care about, then I would just be like fucking around on Facebook dating. I'd be like, who can I chill with and talk to and smoke a bowl with and maybe get into other shit with? But I changed that part of myself too. So now I'm just like a totally different person who is having to take the role. And so then I'm like, I'm doing all this shit for free. I'm doing all this shit for free. And I know that those who are around, besides, like the ones that like seem to go a little bit farther, I don't worry about that. I don't worry about if they're coming back or whatever. I don't care. But I know that anyone who gets irony and decides they want to read into it or whatever, they're genuine enough to the point where I can be genuine. And I appreciate that. I do. But I absolutely do not want it to seem like I don't have anybody to talk to. Maybe. But that's not how I got here. That's not how I got here. If that was the problem, I would have been here a long time ago. No, I had my own stuff to work out, and I have. And I don't know what example that is. Like, people are more capable than they know, but there is a limit. Like, yes, you can go beyond human and experience pain that is intolerable, insufferable, and beyond belief, honestly. But that's part of it, understanding where you come from, where it's coming from. No. So yes, you can tolerate more than human capacity. That's what I'm trying to say. It's beyond human capacity. The type of suffering that happens when you're in a certain position. So, like, what people think I'm going to be suffering over is not going to be something that's related to the basic stuff, the typical, the cliche, like, some of it maybe. Okay, sure. But yeah, I have to be completely engaged to be able to do this. That means that I have to be aligned with all of my purposes, and some of them are confused right now. Confused, as I was expressing. How? Yes. Whatever. So people were not prepared. But it wouldn't have happened if they weren't prepared, because that's part of the design. It doesn't make sense that it happens of its own accord. Like, you don't necessarily even get to decide what the design is going to be, because I definitely, okay, maybe not profit, but you could say I wanted to profit off of the information. Who doesn't want to use what they have to succeed or to excel beyond that? And that's the issue we have here. So psychologically deep, it's not natural to have this distance. It's not natural for everyone, for it to be so transparent and everyone to be able to witness and experience alongside the parallel realities. I forget the first halves of my sentences, and then I'm like, wait, what was I starting with there?